Welcome back. We've been away for a while. You know what happened at the end of the season, Champions League, da-da-da-da-da. We don't need to run through it. But we're back. We're here to give you quite a bit of information, so buckle up.
Kicking it off, we saw all the leagues. These are the winners of the league. Each league, boom, 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 boom. We saw it. Champions League winner, Real Madrid. Crazy game. We saw it. We covered it. Holland and Man City confirmed. We covered that. It wasn't confirmed at the time.
By the clubs, but now it is.
Now it's confirmed.
Absolutely fucking no one to Manchester United.
Yeah.
Still.
City linked with fucking Calvin Phillips right now. Cucurella.
All kinds of players.
A bunch of different people. Sterling might leave. Sterling might go to Chelsea, everyone. Sterling might go to Chelsea.
Red alert.
I don't understand why he would want to go to Chelsea. I mean, yes, he will get more minutes.
Game time.
And maybe he just wants to stay in England. So, I mean, I get it. They are a good team in England. So, I mean, I get that. But I feel like for him, somebody, like, he's done it all in England. So why not go somewhere else? That's how I see it personally. And also, I would prefer not to play against him because he is a good player.
I think that, honestly, one thing that's really important for him, and as we've seen in this summer, quite a few players are really looking forward to that World Cup.
Yeah.
So if they're not getting guaranteed game time to prove that they need to be in the national team, then they may look for a move.
I mean, you know, another thing.
And
now
the
that
opposite.
you say that, it makes me think it could be a reason why he didn't leave England is because
Southgate has that bias.
He has that, and
non-English league.
And Sterling knows that.
Tomori.
Exactly. So Tomori has been
one of
the best freaking center backs in the probably
Serie A,
in the Serie
top 15 in the world right
top
now.
15, 20 in the world.
Form,
Really good form. Not picked, but you know so I kind of see it now. Now that we've had this conversation a little bit, I see it more, but. At the same time, I would rather not play against him because he is a good player.
It is also a downward move in terms of career trajectory. I mean, you always want to be playing for better teams, but once you kind of hit the pinnacle, there's really nowhere else to go unless you want to go to Madrid or Barcelona, but that's about it. But you are right, he definitely would start for Barcelona.
Yeah.
United still haven't signed anybody, and we are honestly now entering the 6th week of negotiating and being interested in players, FC. I mean, honestly, that's all that we're good for. I get it. They don't want to miss on bad signings again, which we've spent £1 billion over the last 10 years. So I get it. I get the hesitation. But it can't be going into July or the end of June when our preseason starts at the end of June.
Yeah.
We need to get these players in.
They need to get De Jong.
We need to get this sewed up.
They need to crack that down immediately.
Since day one that Erik ten Hag arrived, we have been linked with Frankie de Jong. And since then, we still have not had any bids accepted. We've not accepted personal terms. We've not done anything really other than get an idea that, we want to get him and they're willing to sell. That's all, and that's what we've known for 6 weeks. So.
I've seen a few little things here and there with other players. You see Rabiot, he's linked to a few.
He's always linked to United.
He's linked to a few English clubs, possibly United. He's a decent player. I mean, I don't know if he would start consistently.
There's a reason he doesn't start on
a
weak Juventus team.
There's a reason why. Weston McKennie.
Shout out.
Yeah, but
we know you're watching.
I know. Nunes was supposed to go to United. I thought they were in for Bissouma at one point, who went to Tottenham. I've heard a little things. They're here for this guy. Think about this guy. But, like, the Nunes one, him going to Liverpool, like, that fucking sucks. Like, I thought they were going to get him, like, months ago.
And I agree. And I think that Nunes would have been a really great signing for us. I'm not about to sit here and say, I didn't want him now that Liverpool signed him. No, he's going to be good. He's going to be pretty good. I don't know if he'll have the impact that he had at Benfica.
I don't think so.
At Liverpool, but honestly, he's a good player. So I am upset that we missed out on him. But for $100 million, I'd rather spend that at other places because our squad is not like Liverpool's. We have multiple areas of needs. Liverpool have very few that they can choose and pick which ones they want to do now and some in January. No, we need the most amount of players that we can that are first team quality, and paying $100 million for a good striker, I'll give it to him, but it's not worth it.
Who are the departures?
The departures that we've already seen:
Juan Mata,
Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard, Edison Cavani,
Matic,
Nemanja Matic, Lee Grant doesn't really count, but those.
A few of those players
Six
are
players
rotation first players or first team
players.
Yeah.
Every one of those guys played a part, whether it was in the beginning or the end of the season. Juan Mata we saw more towards the end. Jesse Lingard, not as much, but more towards the end. Paul Pogba, really good in the beginning of the season, got hurt, came back, didn't do so much. Yada, yada, yada. We need to replace those bodies. And yes, the academy has some good players that we are going to be bringing in, like James Garner, Ethan Galbraith, and I mean, I get it, but you got to replace first teamers with first teamers.
Yeah.
You got to replace them with proven talent, and we haven't done that. And honestly, one thing that has really grinded my gears is the fact that we have not addressed the DM need. We need a defensive midfielder so bad, and I constantly see us getting links to other, not necessarily attacking-minded midfielders, but not defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
And then center backs. I get it. We need a center back. Maguire is not good enough for our team, but honestly, a DM would help everything. We don't need attackers as much. I honestly still have faith that Marcus Rashford will return to form next year. Under Ten Hag, he's going to get good coaching. He's going to get that experience and that expertise that we've been lacking.
And I feel like every player, you know, he did good at the beginning of the season, right?
He had an okay start.
So yeah, he fought off there at a little bit at the end, but I feel like it's good for any player to have a new start to the season. It's nothing but an advantage for yourself, and that's for every single player. It's just a new start,
it's a fresh slate.
You brush off the last season. It wasn't even the whole season, just his last few months or whatever. Brush it off. You fucking go back out there. It's a new season. You got a new coach. You got a new system, a whole new setup. Probably a few more players yet to come in. Hopefully for United's sake, and then. There you go. You're off and running again. Who knows? I think he's the type of player who can do that.
I agree.
I think he's a bit like Sterling in the sense of not the same player, but he goes on a streak, gets down a little bit for a week or two, and then gets right back on it. And that's okay though, because those 4 or 5 weeks where he's balling out, Rashford is unplayable. That Sterling unplayable when he's on point. And Rashford just needs to get back in those grooves again more consistently. And
I really think he will, especially with Ten Hag's coaching and Steve McLaren, Mitchell Vandergaag. I mean, they're going to be good for him and good for the team. So hopefully we can get our business sealed up, done by the end of the month, which is when our training starts. Preseason starts again, training, everyone, I want them to be there. But honestly, we're going to have to get rid of more players and bring some new ones in, hopefully.
USA, we saw some friendlies, played decent.
A Nations League game here and there.
Yeah.
Did okay. I mean, honestly...
We went into Honduras. I think it was Honduras. And we won 1-0. Or no, I'm sorry, we tied 1-0, 1-1.
Absolute state of a pitch, by the way.
Fucking terrible. But you can't blame that on the performance because they're playing on the same pitch.
Yeah.
And USA, that was a rough game, but overall they did good. Again. Overall they did good. That wasn't a full starting team. That wasn't like our best 11.
That was really seeing who's going to make the fringe squad.
Yeah, and Berhalter, a few of his selections and choices are
questionable.
Yes, I am a big fan of Pifok and Haji Wright, and I like Jesus Ferreira. I think Jesus Ferreira for the USA has proven himself
to play a part.
To be a versatile, he can really play a part. He really can. But I still think he gave Haji Wright 45 minutes. Granted, it wasn't the best, right? It was not the best 45 minutes. He could have done a little bit more. But with the style of striker he is, how much more is he going to do when we're on that shitty-ass pitch and we can't even get the ball up the field? So I don't like that Berhalter, even after the game, was kind of shitting on him. I don't remember exactly what he said, but his comments were very negative toward Haji Wright and saying he was disappointed and things like that. And, bro, like, we need a good number 9 in there like that. Jesus Ferreira scored 4 goals against some fucking 130th ranked team in the world. I get it. 4 goals is 4 goals. It's really good. But, like, who really gives a fuck?
Honestly, that is true because Granada is not a great team.
Who cares?
Literally 150th.
Who cares? He's 45 minutes versus Honduras, and they're not the best team either. But the state of the pitch, Jesus Ferreira came on and wasn't doing crazy.
But also, you have to remember that this guy, Haji Wright, is coming back to the national team for the first time since he was literally a child, basically. Yeah. So he has not played with any of these players because he does not play in any league. He doesn't play in the MLS. He doesn't play in any league with any other players from the U.S. national team.
Yeah.
So these are all new players. This is an all-new system.
Yeah.
You got to give him time, and you can't just basically call him out because he's not playing exactly the way he should. And I get it. Pifok and Pepe, hopefully he can come back and have a good start to next season. But these strikers, man, they're going to have to really
Ferreira's going to have to step. I mean, and if Ferreira's the guy, so be it. I'm all for that too. He's got to. He's really good movement, good dribbling, but his inconsistency with shots and his chances, he misses some of the easiest chances.
God,
he scored 4 goals against a shitty ass team again. 4 goals, good job. But even in that game, some of the chances he misses, the games before that, he misses some really easy chances, and those are the chances I feel like if we had a Haji Wright, maybe Pifok, I'm not saying they'll score, but I think they will score.
And also, he reminds me just of a B-Tech Raheem Sterling in the way that, not in the way he plays, but in the way that he will score 4 goals against a below-average team and then miss. He could have had 6 goals in a game, but he only has 4 because he misses 2 absolute sitters, and it's like,
and it's so other games too, other friendlies throughout. Watching the friendlies, I don't remember every single friendly off the top of my head, but watching the friendlies, it's like, dude, you gotta put those away. A lot of headers too. I know he's not the tallest guy, still gotta put that away.
Right,
it's
you gotta put it on target.
Header. You gotta do exactly, and some of those chances I am a little iffy on. So that's where I feel my love for Haji Wright grows. Is you're shitting on Haji Wright, but Jesus Ferreira scored 4 goals against some shitty ass team and misses every other chance. So, is he really the guy? If he is, so be it. I hope he fucking goes crazy for us. Obviously, I'll always root for him. But I feel like if we had the best team in, the best players, Haji Wright or Pifok at top, it would make us better.
I agree. And honestly, if I was Haji Wright, I mean, I would obviously still keep putting in that effort and keep doing it. But if he is just going to not pick you, you just keep going. Keep taking the opportunities that you can to prove. Like, make it to where he has no other choice but to play you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it is. And moving on to the most ridiculous, ludicrous decision that the United States has ever made as a country.
Absolute.
Barring slavery, honestly. But this decision that came is absolutely horrible. The USA did not choose, FIFA did not choose to have Cincinnati as a host city in the 2026 World Cup.
We'll tell you right now, we live in Cincinnati. We love Cincinnati.
Don't come find us.
Yeah, don't do that. But we live in Cincinnati. And Cincinnati, Ohio, is a great place.
It's our home.
And you're telling me that the most pro-American stadium in our whole fucking country isn't picked for a USA game. That's insane. And there's not even one in like Tennessee or like why isn't there one in like Knoxville or Gatlinburg?
Exactly.
Or
there's not one in Tennessee. Nashville. There's nothing there.
Something.
I mean,
the closest one to us is in Philadelphia. Are they really that big about it in Philadelphia?
They're a big sports city, but are they a big soccer city? That's what you got to ask yourself.
And FCC, and they want to make it about stadiums. We just got a new stadium.
And atmospheres. And honestly, if they would have come to Cincinnati, they would have had to play at the Cincinnati Bengals Stadium. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but at the Cincinnati Bengals Stadium, would have had to put $100 million worth of renovations into it, and they were willing to do that. They would have made it state of the fucking art for these people, and they still chose to neglect us.
We
should riot.
Cincinnati would have sold that out within a week of the tickets. I guarantee it.
And
I guarantee it. We would have made the best atmosphere.
Created the best atmosphere of all the games.
Everyone lit for, and it doesn't even have to be America playing in the game. You know, if America doesn't play in Cincinnati, so be it. There's not even a single. I don't care if it's fucking Venezuela versus Peru. I want to watch that in Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
I'll go to the game if it's in Cincinnati. If it's a World Cup game in Cincinnati,
we're going. I'm
there. Or in Columbus, Ohio.
Even Columbus, Ohio is one of the very first soccer cities in the United States. One of the very
Tell me
first
why we
MLS team. Columbus Crew. I mean, the absolute disrespect to Ohio is immense in this FIFA at FIFA. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. Columbus Crew though, getting Cucho Hernandez from Watford just got that notification. A little interesting, so we'll be watching out for him in the MLS. But again, really disappointed that there's not one in Cincinnati. We have one in Dallas or the MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
Fucking
not one in Chicago. In Dallas.
Philadelphia.
New York.
Yep.
Miami. Couple in
Vancouver for Canada.
Toronto for Canada.
Tijuana for Mexico.
And Mexico City. And honestly, those games are going to be fucking sweet.
Oh, yeah.
The one at Guadalajara, I believe.
I would so love to go to that game.
Guadalajara, I believe, don't quote me on it, has the south side of the stands looks directly up to the no.
The Azteca.
It looks directly up to the mountains. I don't think that's the Azteca.
The Azteca,
that's
though.
Mexico City.
That's New Mexico City.
That's in Mexico, but the Azteca also.
But the Azteca is like
crazy.
That's like the biggest stadium in Mexico.
Yeah,
and that's like their. So.
I just mean more of the view of the other one.
Yeah. So, like, going to Azteca would be insane. Like, that would be so fun to be able to do that.
But they chose not to give it to us, and honestly, we're pretty upset. So, it is what it is.
Whatever. We'll move on from it eventually.
Fuck them. They're a bunch of corrupt bastards anyways, so.
We fucking hate them. We hate FIFA, whatever. That's all the news we got for you guys. It's been a while. Meme, as always. We'll upload...
What?
We'll upload again sometime soon.
As soon as there's news.
We need some big stuff to happen. You know
honestly,
what I mean?
like if City signed Cucurella and we finally get that Here We Go, or Phillips, or United finally make that signing for De Jong, or X, Y, and Z, we'll let you know. Yeah. But until then, just look out, check back for us. Peace out.